Mountain. It was next to Sprouse Reeds on Ignacio Valley. It was a place that was just a candy store in
Yeah.
Walnut Creek.
Yeah. I didn't go there a lot though. I mean, I went to Heather Farms all the time for
Sure.
swimming and stuff. Do you remember Capwells? Are you on the Facebook page of I Survived Walnut Creek in the 70s and 80s?
I am not on that
It's
page.
amazing. People are posting old pictures of Gemco and Capwells. It's like, what? My childhood. It's
Gemco is
crazy.
where Target is
It's a
now.
massive Target
And
now.
you had to show your membership card, kind of like Costco. Wow,
Yeah,
Gemco.
yeah.
I'll tell you, I never told this story on the air, but this is bad radio. It's really bad radio, but I'll tell you off air about
Okay.
how I did survive Walnut Creek. I'll tell you how I did.
Okay.
You're at the Punchline tonight, Friday and Saturday, and I think it is also a moment of celebration because originally we thought a few months ago that there would be no Punchline in this location, and you can get into the nuances of what it means to have a new and old venue, but you're on the same stage as Robin Williams and Dana Carvey and all that. Does that mean something to you, especially as a Bay Area kid?
It means something to me because when I started stand up, I started in the Bay Area, and the Punchline was the gold standard. And getting past the Punchline was grueling, and it took forever. And you had to do a lot of hanging out on Sunday, and you would just sit there and hope. At the time, his name was Hutch, John Hutchison. Hutch picked you to go up, and so when you finally got past there, it felt like, oh, I'm a real comic now. And so even now, like I just before this weekend, I worked in Vermont and Philly, and it was like great clubs and stuff. But when I work the Punchline, it feels so different, and sometimes painful in a way, you know. Like, am I still good enough to be here? Do I deserve it? Because as soon as I walk in, I have those old feelings of when I first started, you know.
Arj Barker, a Marin guy, said that when he was at the Punchline, he opened and no one laughed, and he actually said afterwards, he goes, you know what, maybe this isn't going to work. And he said the feature, the guy I had never heard of, said, dude, screw this crowd, you're really funny. And he said he has no idea what that meant to him because he was like, right, screw that crowd, I know I'm funny.
Right.
I remember when, just one more Conan reference, when he first started and some people are saying, what a train wreck of a show. And he said, you can say my show sucks, and you might be right, but you can't say I'm not funny because I know I am funny. So, did
Yeah.
anybody ever give you that little boost? Because we all have self-doubt sometimes.
No, and now I'm wondering why no one ever did that. That's incredibly rude, and maybe I'm in the wrong business.
You know, it's funny. I walk by all the time where you signed on the wall,
Yeah.
and Jessime Peluso wrote
Yeah.
Jessime Ham because she loved John Hamm, and then you wrote, I'm sorry, Jessime, but he's mine. Is there any update on the John Hamm search?
No, there's no. You know what? I am disconnected from my genitals at this point. I don't know where they are, and I don't know what they do. It's been so long, and I have a kid, and my mother lives with me, and I'm just waiting for my son to go to college and my mother to die so that I can have sex again.
Oh, all right. I love that. Let me try and segue into this. This has nothing to do with going to Carondelet. It didn't stain you. All girls school next to an all boys school, De La Salle, out there in Concord.
You know, Chronolet's it's way nicer than it used to be.
Yeah.
They got a new pool. They got a lot of money. Um, no, I didn't go to De La Salle that often. Crossing the street was a huge barrier. I was very uncomfortable and shy and self-conscious and
Crossing
felt,
a driveway, really, right?
No, it's a full street. It's two
Okay.
ways. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's traffic coming both directions, Rick. It's pretty dangerous, actually.
All right.
So yeah, I didn't jump over there too much.
Well, see, where I went to school at Salesian High in Richmond, all boy, our sister school, so to speak, was
Presentation.
in Berkeley, right off University. So we
So
would
you guys not near each other at all.
we would see him at dances. We were always really jealous
At
of the De La
dances.
Salle because I would go play football, basketball, baseball at De La Salle, and in the crowd there's these girls with knee-high socks and pleated skirts, and I'm like, wow, you guys are at an all-boys school, but not really.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, as a swimmer for Chronolet, we never had De La Salle boys in skirts and knee socks at our swim meets. So maybe I didn't reciprocate because I wasn't feeling the love from them.
You were reciprocating. Um, I always love when stand-up comedians tell stories about pitches for shows,
Mm-hmm.
and because you get a sitcom syndicated, you'll never have to work a day in your life when you get the residuals and all that. That's hard to get to. Have you ever done pitches for any shows like that?
Um, I pitched a show or two, although I don't think that there's any home runs anymore that get
Mm,
you what you want. Maybe like The Big Bang Theory would be the last show where everyone was a bajillionaire.
right.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Everything's like a
Too
bunch of
many outlets, you think?
yes, and nothing and syndicate. Syndication isn't the same thing as it used to be in a way, and but I don't know all the financials. But like a bunch of comics were just on this show called Sunnyside that NBC just like it aired twice, and they're like, we're moving it to online, and tried to spin it like it was a better thing, and I don't know what's going on. Networks just falling apart. So it's um, yeah. I don't have a great pitching story. Is my bottom line.
Okay. Was it something, may I ask, that you were in and you were the star and it's about a single mom from Walnut Creek, something like that?
No, but as soon as you would say Walnut Creek, you'd be escorted from the room. Um, Hollywood is not interested in from Walnut Creek.
Right.
Yeah, I did pitch something where I was working with somebody from a kind of a well-known company, and it was like, single mom, and her mom lives with her, and then somebody said, there's a show called Mom, and that's exactly it.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, I'm not, Christine Baranski or whoever's the star. I'm not wearing leather jackets while I'm parenting. It'd be different, but whatever. You know, it seems like there aren't that many different stories to tell. Like if you just look at the bones, and it's all the
Yeah.
individual things that would make things unique and different. But
So do you have a SAG card and all that?
I have a WGA card. I guess I'm in SAG, but
Uh-huh.
I don't wheel my SAG card doesn't get me in anywhere.
You know the big Hollywood parties with John Hamm and all that?
No. Oh, there was a story that somebody reposted on Twitter, like John Hamm when he was in a fraternity.
Yeah.
He was a brute, apparently.
Yeah,
He
apparently
beat
there
a
was some
guy.
hazing incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. University of Missouri, I think.
I thought it was in Texas, but it was in Missouri.
Was it Texas? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
I was equal parts horrified and turned on. I don't know what to do with that information, Rick.
Well, the thing is that I mean, I hate hearing stuff like that too because the one thing about John Hamm that you love is that when, and I forgot who said this one time, but if you're a super handsome guy,
Hmm.
like other guys don't like you,
Right.
because he's taking all the chicks or some stupid thing like that. But if you're a super handsome guy and then you're really funny, well, all the guys want to be your friend. So now the chicks love you and the
Mhm.
dudes love you. And I always thought that's something that, like Alec Baldwin, right?
Yeah.
He's reached Alec Baldwin status, and I read that and I'm like, oh, that's a shame. But then again, a long time ago in a frat, so
Yeah. I don't.
I
What do
don't
you
know.
make about that? When it's like, yeah, but you were kind of old enough to know you shouldn't
Yeah.
hit someone with a baseball bat. Right? I don't know.
I can tell you that as a pledge,
Yeah.
um, there were some guys who did some hazing and you took it.
Hmm.
And then there were some guys who you could tell that they were getting out all the frustrations of their life.
Sadists.
So when you become a chartered member and those guys try to give you a hug, you're like, no, 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 not you, not you, and not you, because you guys are just cruel assholes.
Right.
I almost said a bad word.
Yeah.
You're just cruel asses, and that wasn't in the spirit of what these 10 guys. I get it, right?
Yeah.
Not you guys. Well, no, we're brothers. No, we're not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget. So
Yeah.
maybe I didn't really buy
You're-
into it. That's why I was only
You're
there
my
for a year.
brother Lenny, who squeezes animals to death. And
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. All right, so you're going to be at the Punchline, a show tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows Saturday, recording for the album.
Right.
At this point, your 3rd album, do you kind of still feel pressure, like, this is one I'm going to keep, that's one I'm not going to keep, or you just let it flow?
I know the material I'm doing, and I kind of want now. I did a show last night, and I was like very structured. All right, I got all this exactly the way I wanted, and so now I just feel like I want to relax a little bit and have fun the rest of the shows, and just sort of let some air breathe in between
Mhm.
jokes if the audience is
Sure.
into that and stuff.
It's in the can already.
Yeah,
It's
I
in
guess
the can.
so.
Yes. I was going to make it in the can joke, but I won't. Let you do the material. Laurie Kilmartin, Punchline tonight, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you too.
I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back.